Let's talk about Chapter 4 in Section 2, the first law, making it obvious. Chapter 4 is called The Secret to Self-Control. So, as we talked about in the last section, the first law is basically means making the benefits obvious. The inversion of the first law is making it unobvious, making it invisible, especially for bad habits. Okay, coming to the point, habits can't be easily forgotten. Once we made a habit, it's automated in our brain. So no matter how much we avoid it, once we go into that environment, once we get that cue, we will do it. Because our brain has automated that task for us. The brain doesn't recognize if it's good or bad until the habit is made and we see the outcome of our habit. Which is why it's so important to be aware of all our habits with our habit scorecard. So that way you can look at your habits every day and think about whether this habit is negative or positive. Whether this habit is negative or positive. Based on those judgments, you can help yourself make better habits. Anyway, coming back to the point, habits can't be easily forgotten because they are automated in your brain. Once they're automated in your brain, even if you avoid the cues for a really long time, your brain won't forget because it's like a program. It'll store it somewhere, but you don't know where. You might think it's forgotten, but as soon as we come back to that cue in that environment, we'll remember it and we'll start doing it. Don't use self-control. A lot of people think by staying in the same old environment and using self-control, it'll work. It won't. Because it is automated, we cannot self-control ourselves unless you are a very intelligent and self-aware person, which most people aren't. And even if you are, it will be increasingly difficult to avoid those cues. Cue, craving, response, reward. If that is automated in our brain, we will not avoid it. No matter how much self-control you try to imply, it will feel painful. So, do not go back to the same old environment and do not try and use self-control, which is coming back to the point, you do not stay in tempting situations. Do not go to Chick-fil-A and expect to get out of the store to order something healthy. You won't. You'll order something bad only because that is a store for fast food. So might as well not go there. Might as well go to another environment like Chipotle or something and order something healthy because that's usually generally a healthier place. Do not use self-control or stay in tempting situations. No matter how much self-control you have, hear me out here. No matter how much self-control you have, you will not be able to control yourself. Only because of the brain. The brain's cue, craving, response, reward, that won't go away when it is coded in. You can avoid those habits to create another new habit somewhere else, but don't expect that habit to be forgotten. Just don't go to those places anymore. Don't stay there. Like I said, don't try to use self-control in places where you're obviously going to buy bad food because there's no other choice. Or don't stay in a tempting situation which forces you to enforce self-control. Go to healthier places or cook at home. It's the easiest thing to do. Like with other habits, why just eating? Fitness. Instead of going to a rundown fitness place, maybe go to a better facility or do something like that. That's going to help you enforce your habit better. Like I said, once again, do not enforce self-control and do not put yourself in a tempting situation. It won't work. No matter how much self-control you have, it won't work. So please, go to a new environment, start fresh, and you're most likely to succeed in that way.